Yeah, hi everyone, it's Sark here, coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. I did a review on this bike about a year ago. The reason why is because there's not a lot of reviews on this NSC 110, it's a Honda. There's not a lot of reviews in English, I'm afraid to say. They're mostly Indian customers, and that's fine. But so here we are. This is the 2019 Honda NSC 110. Now it's had it for about 1 year now, and I'd just like to give you an appraisal. If you want a sport bike, right, don't get one of these. If you want an awesome commuter, do get one of these, seriously. I'd like to talk about the pros and the cons of this thing. Now, it has, this particular model, as you can see, has a disc on the front, drum on the back. It's got one suspension spring shock on the back, you can call it, I guess. Normal forks on the front. It has an analog speedo. Now, you may see some of these advertised that have a digital one. Preferable, I don't know, maybe so. This thing is so cheap to run, it's virtually free. I'm serious. The only inconvenience in getting one of these is just the fact that you have to go into a petrol station. $5 worth of fuel. The fuel in Melbourne sort of fluctuates, but right now it's about $1.40, $1.30 a litre. So for $5, I'm getting about 200 kilometres out of this. What's that in miles? 100 kilometres is 60 miles, let's say 120 miles out of about a couple of pints of petrol if you want to go imperial. But anyway, if that's inaccurate, $5 per 200 kilometres. It's virtually free, isn't it? The engine itself, single cylinder, 2 valve. As you can see, it's got a very, very small exhaust pipe. Now, the reason for that is because I believe it's because the thing is strictly speed limited. It's not made to go fast. What it does have is very good, what I have found is that it has very good low end torque from a standstill up to about 60 kilometres an hour, really quick. I mean, surprisingly. Then again, different kind of power band, I guess you could say, from 60 to about 80 kilometres an hour. That's pretty good too. Anything after 80k, that's just about its top cruising speed. But 80 k's an hour. Now the fact is, this thing costs $3,000 in Australia. We have bikes over here. We have push bikes over here that cost more than that. I just want to show you through a couple of things now. They have a thing on here called idle stop. I don't know if you can see that. Now what idle stop does, it does a little engine check because it's electronic ignition. So it does a little engine check. The indicator's on. Stop that. Similar to electronic ignition in your car, so there's no carburetor or any of that stuff. It has a very unusual starting system. It does not have a starter motor as such. It's got a magnetic solenoid, when you press the starter, it spins a little disc anyway. In conjunction with that, it says idle stop. Now, when the engine's warmed up, and it's kind of important, there's a light that comes on the dash here, and it says that little A light there. That means an automatic stops the engine when you stop it. When you stop at traffic lights, rather than having the engine idle, it just cuts it out. Little twist of the gas, or I think a squeeze of the brake as well. I'm not sure about that. Engine goes again. Under they have a little seat button. If you press this button here, turn the key on halfway, press seat. We have enough room in there for, believe it or not, full face helmet. Other people would argue that, but I've found that a full face helmet does go in there. You've got a couple of tools there. There's a spark plug thing. Here's the fuel, as I said, 91 octane. E10, different people have said things about E10, but the fact is one of the characteristics of using E10 fuel is that because it's 10% ethanol, water dissolves in ethanol, it does not dissolve in petroleum. So if while you're filling this up, I'm not saying E10 is no good, but if while you're filling that up in the rain, and you get petrol in and you get rain in there with your petrol, because water dissolves in ethanol, you end up with a soupy mix of, well anyway, that's what I was told. 91 octane, absolutely fine. Done about 3,150k, probably due for an oil change now. I think the thing only holds about 700 mils of oil. No drawbacks really, except for one, and that's the shocks and the tyres. Shocks are pretty shocking, to be honest with you, very, very hard. I guess that's a kind of one of the ways they make it sort of take corners reasonably well is to make the shocks really hard, and they are, believe me. They seem to be very high pressure tyres and very thin tyres, and going over a bump, my goodness, you can feel it. We have railway tracks not far from where we are, was actually a tram track, and when you go over them, it's like trying to ride over a mountain. On a straight road, honestly, hums along at 80-85k. Now this is the 110cc version. This is called the NSC 110. There is a 50cc version too. I did take that for a ride, but 50cc's, commuting, well, maximum cruising speed 60k, 65k. This is the maximum cruising speed of 80-85k. Starting is very, very easy. Look, we'll just turn it on for you. Start her up, very low. You just pull in there. It's the same with all scooters, right? Pull in there. Oh, it won't go because it's on its side stand. Got to put the side stand up and just a push, and there you go. Right, sounds like a 4-stroke. And off. Yes, as I said before, put it on the side stand. Can't start. We also have a little handbrake thing here. I think I covered this in the first one. Little handbrake. I can't do it with to one finger, but if you push that, it's kind of like a handbrake on. They have dual braking, which means if you, it kind of works out how much to give to each wheel. Okay, if you squeeze the right hand brake, it'll give a certain percentage of that force to the back wheel. In other words, maximum to the front, certain percentage, I don't know how it works it out to the back. It also has a separate left-hand brake as well, so if you have to really jump on it, it'll stop in time. As I was saying, price is about $3,000. It's a year old now, 3,500k. Starts fantastically every single time. The fuel isn't even an issue. Servicing's expensive though. If you buy one of these and you want it serviced by the agent, this one cost about $250. Now I can get my car done for half that. So I don't know if you want to do this yourself, but be careful of your warranty. Find out the best way to undo these. They don't have an oil filter as such. It's a little bit of a gauze, and the oil is down there. It's an air-cooled engine through a fan, not through obviously through a radiator. Well, that's about all I have to say. Look, if you guys have any questions about this, just one more thing. When you start it up, the lights come on, stay on all the time. You can't turn the lights off, but it's a halogen. Unfortunately, again, it's a halogen light. It's not an LED light, but everything works. If I'll just, I won't start it up again. The lights work okay. Mirrors are good, handling's good, a little bit rough on the shocks, very reliable. If you have any questions or comments, I'd like to hear from you. Happy motoring, happy riding, and take care. Bye-bye.